Assalamu alaikum. Peace, my friends, ladies, gentlemen. So, I'm just thinking out loud here. Have you ever felt lost in your life? Like, the question is, uh, it's very big when you think about it, because what I'm basically asking you is, have you, you've been told that you all have to live like this and you have to do things like this and you have to go over here and study this and get that degree and get a PhD or whatever, go to that job, earn a salary, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. From a lot of people, because when I think about my childhood and how I grew up, um, there were people who tell you, if you do this, this would happen, or rather, if you do this, this has happened to me and these are the lessons I learned. But then there are people who tell you, like they take it upon themselves to tell you, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that, go there, stay here, don't get up, sit down, things like that. And like, in a sense, okay, if you look at all the marketing that's going on, especially like if you switch on the television or if you are watching a YouTube video and there's an advertisement, it's basically someone trying to tell you, buy this, buy me, buy that, this is the best. And they have all these beautiful slogans that tell you, that try to convince you that you have to buy this. And you watch it enough times, even unbeknownst to you, you are convinced that this is the best thing you have to do, but when it's really not. And that is where I arrive at this question, because you live life on other people's terms, but also with a streak of independence and freedom and a sense of reality. Then you're going to hit a point in your life where you're thinking, is this real? Right? Is this right even? And when I was 20, about 27, I felt really lost in my life. I had a good job and I was making money, and something, and basically a life that a lot of people would, I think, would value and would be thankful for. But that doesn't mean that I wasn't, that I wasn't thankful for it. I was, but I was lost, because clearly that was not what I wanted to do on my daily. Like when you're living your daily life, it is life, right? So you can't just separate your Monday to Friday and then say, okay, Monday to Friday it's this, and Saturday to Sunday it's this. No, every single moment of your life matters. Every single hour matters. Every single day matters. So when you're living life in such terms, and then you realize, okay, you start realizing certain things, uh, and it really happens a lot when you meet a lot of people who presume to know uh, what they should be telling other people, right? So even I think at a deep level, even your parents, your family members, your siblings, brothers, sisters, and your teachers, a lot of these people also presume to be able to, or to know what to tell you and what not to. But I think that, especially if you're young, you should try to live life in a way that you're always questioning everything that is happening around you. You're always asking yourself, is this right? Is this real? Is this true? Is this the right thing that I should be doing? Is this what I can do? Is this who I am? So you have to be asking these questions from yourself always. And when you ask these questions, um, I think that with the modern dynamics, with how the world is now, designed and created, and with everything that is out there, you switch on the television, what you see, you switch on YouTube, what you see, you go to social media, what you see. So a lot of the things that have been designed around us are deliberately planned and well maneuvered. And in such a world, when you're living in such a world, you can let it consume you. Yeah. Like, you might even not know what the hell is going on, what the hell is happening to you. And this is like, it's a very common phenomena, because when you look at the suicide rates, especially due to social media, just go to Google, type suicides by Facebook, or just depression, anxiety, a lot of the clinical psychological terms that have been associated, and heavily, like, you have social media accounts that are fighting mental challenges, socio psychological challenges, but it's a little counterproductive because it's in social media. So you're definitely not going to get the kind of solace that you want to get, that you should be getting from physical means, by just looking at another social media account. Because the moment you check that post, and then you're going to check another post which is in the general, say, scene of things, which will lead you for depression, or lead you toward depression again. So for me, like, I've had the opportunity to pass my A levels, and then something happened, and then I went to campus and I was studying physics there, and chemistry and mathematics, and then I learned business management. Within business, you learn the bulk of things: enterprise, financial performance, risk management, etc. Got a couple of qualifications there, and it's like so disgusting when you think about it, from that frame of mind that I have now. And then I went for this MBA, and I was spending time there looking at what all these people were saying, and it's pretty much the same thing about how to do business, leadership, organizational structure, organizations themselves, HR, blah blah. And then after all of this, after learning all of this, I felt so empty. Like, I really felt so lost, because none of these things really help you in life. It might help you go and sit in a boardroom, and it might help you get a job, but they don't really help you in an actual, real, authentic way. They don't. Like, your business management degree is not going to come and help you when you're dealing with 5 people. Okay, your business management degree, or your PhD is not going to come and help you when your partner files for a divorce. Like, your all the money in your bank account is not going to come and help you when sickness strikes you. you know and all the qualifications and the names you put in front of your real name is not going to be worth a single penny when death is right in front of you. So I feel like we've got our priorities wrong. We don't know what actually matters or not. We don't think as much we should be thinking about in terms of happiness. What makes you happy, what makes you content, what makes you a good person, what makes you be able to live in peace. Like, peace being having a peaceful mind. Because I look around, and most of the time I see, like, who do you see when you look at people? And I'm not saying go watch a YouTube video and you're basically seeing, like, if you take a productivity expert like Matt Diavela, You go to his YouTube channel, he releases 1 or 2 videos every month, and that's it. That's what we see of him. So we decide that his entire life looks like that by watching a 10-minute video that he's taken months to prepare and edit, and he's very deliberately chosen what to show us. Like, even if he posts a video saying a day in my life, that is very carefully orchestrated for us to see, and we see that and we get depressed because our life is not like that. It's a utopia. Everybody is like, trying to sell you something by showing you something that is actually not. So do you feel lost? Because if anything, the point of this video is, I want to drive you toward a direction where you feel lost, or where you know that you're lost. I see this in a lot of youngsters, in a lot of young students, and sometimes I know that certain parents, if they watch this video, they'll be like, "What the hell are you saying? Okay, no, my son is very educated. My son has done this degree. My son has done ACCA, and then my son has done a master's." But if your son is not happy, who the hell cares? Okay, so for my students and my audiences, my learners, I'm always saying, like, even recently I made a SCS CIMA examination motivation video, and the appeal was that you need to find the higher purpose, right? You need to find why exactly you're doing this. It's not just a matter of passing an exam and getting a qualification. That's not what it is. There's a lot more, much more to do, much more to learn, much more to it than meets the eye. So we need to figure that out, because you can't be living your life in a way where you end up, if by God's opportunity that God grants you, if by some chance you live up to 50 or 60 years, and then you look back at your life, or you look at your present situation, that you are in a crisis, right? And that you feel like everything I've done has amounted to nothing. That would be a really bad place to be in, which is something that I see more and more and more and more in the world, because people are lost. Like, even the richest men are lost. They don't know what they're doing, and they just live such an aimless life that is not very productive, and that doesn't really help anyone at all. And they do all the bad things possible that a man can do in their life. So I feel like all youngsters, with the modern dynamics of education that exists in the world, and the capitalistic notions, the liberalistic ideas, and the socialistic attitudes, like everything, and the seeming but failing democracy, everything, with all of this, the massive drive toward economics, where you're all chasing money, you all want to earn. In this, I'm telling you, if you feel like you're not lost, and if you feel like you're in perfect harmony with the world, and you're in perfect balance with the world, you might be wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong, but you might be wrong. So you better ask a few different questions that you have never asked yourself in your life, like, who I am, what am I doing here, why was I born, what am I supposed to do, what makes me happy, what makes me unhappy, what makes me content, who are the people I truly love, who are the people I don't, who are the people I'm willing to do things, who are the people who can actually make me someone who can change. Because there are some people in your life you're going to meet, and for them you're ready to change, right? But for some, you think that you like them, you think you love them, but you don't give a shit, and you don't care, and you're not definitely willing to change. What is the right thing? What is the wrong thing? You got to ask these questions from yourself, and when you start asking these questions, you're going to realize that you're lost. At least that's what happened to me, and I think it's a good thing. I think you should feel lost, because only if you know that you're lost, only then you can find your path. May God bless you. and may peace find you and all your loved ones. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.